While somebody's complaining about their mom or their dad, some of us don't have mom and dad to complain about. For some of us who complain about having to clean our room, some of us wish we had a room. For some of us who complain about our shoes or our clothes or having to go to school, some of us are just grateful we have somewhere to go. Now, some of you have already had that moment where the reality is that when you go home, you're a different person. You have to mature faster than everybody else. Now, it's not fair, but it is part of your story. Now, I want to share a message with you guys today because every single one of your stories is true. I'm here to validate it. And that's why I want to celebrate you, because just the fact that you're at school is a big deal. See, you guys are living a reality where you didn't make the choice to grow up where you're growing up. That's why many times we act out around this age. Football was my favorite sport. Now, I remember at night, every time before I'd go to bed, I'd go and say goodnight to my mom, goodnight to my dad, because they didn't speak any English. Mi mamá me decía, sueña con los angelitos. She'd give me a kiss on the forehead. I gave her a kiss on the forehead, yeah. And that means dream with the angels. And then I would tell my dad, Apá, buenas noches, good night. And then he'd be like, go to bed, dormir, go to sleep already, right? Up until this point, I was just being a kid, because that's all you know how to be. Up until this point, now that Sunday night, I did not know my entire life was going to change forever. I did not know that by going into say goodnight to my mom, that was going to be a night I would always remember. Now, as I walked in there, I walked back to my room, and I had my helmet laid down, my shoulder pads laid down, my cleats laid down. I was ready to go. I was ready for this game. The game was on Friday. This was Sunday. That's how prepared I was. I was looking forward to this game. Now, everything changed at 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning, my dad kicks my door in. My dad kicks my door in and he says, go get your mom. Now, I don't know about you all, but there's always a person in everybody's heart that you know if they're in trouble, you'd do anything to get them out of trouble. Everybody's got that person. Now that person, we're gonna call him your why. So my mom is my why. So I went outside and I caught up to my mom, ran after her, caught up to her, shook her, and I said, hey, mom, wake up. What's wrong? What's wrong? I looked into her eyes. And I'll never forget, she looked back into my eyes and she said, somebody help! This man is grabbing me. She ran off again, no shoes, running in the middle of the night. I went after her again, I grabbed her again, I said, mom, please, wake up. Please don't do this. She looked back into my eyes again and she said, somebody help! This man is grabbing me. Now I'll tell you what I wanted to do in that moment. I wanted to yell out, somebody help, my mom needs help. I'm just a kid, somebody help. But I made a decision not on having a plan. I made a decision not on being prepared, but I made a decision based off of my why. My why needs me. Every single one of you has a person that needs you. Now, many times we don't want to step up because we're kids. We're too young. We're not supposed to step up yet. But I made a decision. But I looked into her eyes. I said, Maria, my name's Al. Everything's going to be okay. I got you. Now, did I have a plan? Did I know everything was going to be okay? No. So even though a lot of us think we have time, a lot of us think we don't deserve, or life is so unfair, but the choices you're making, if it hit you already, if you have to grow up faster than everybody else, then your time to be a leader is now. If it hasn't hit you, I get it. Now the truth is that this day I went back to school, but I didn't go to school and I didn't like my teachers more, or I didn't like math more, I didn't like reading more. Now I just have to make a decision that I had no other option but to be successful so that I can ensure that I could help mom out, that I could help dad out. So I want you guys to ask yourself right now, every day when you leave your house, do you have the power to make a decision of who you're going to be that day? Next time you're faced with a problem, don't ask yourself, what should I do? Remind yourself who you are. Can I get a yes, coach? Can I get a yes, coach?